In Spain, you can get a finca with land starting at around $99,000. These aren't empty shells. These are real rural homes, often with stone construction, large plots, and sometimes even pools or off-grid features. I've put together 7 listings with prices accurate at the time of this roundup, starting at the lowest price point and going up to about $345,000 to show how the value changes as you spend more. Some properties offer more land, others better access or upgraded interiors. A few will need work, and I'll be clear about that. Others are ready to move into. The goal here is simple: to see what your money actually gets you in terms of land, condition, location, and usability. These homes are spread across different parts of Spain, from the greener northern regions to the Mediterranean side, and that has a big impact on both price and lifestyle. And toward the end, a couple of these really stand out for what they offer. Let's take a look. We open in Asturias, the green coast of northern Spain, where the Cantabrian mountains drop into a landscape of valleys, meadows, and traditional stone farmhouses that look nothing like the Spain most people picture. Asturias is wet, verdant, genuinely rural, and one of the most underpriced regions in the country for buyers who want land and character without the southern heat. The air here feels heavier, softer, shaped by constant Atlantic influence, and the landscape reflects that in every direction. Deep greens, layered hills, and scattered stone structures that have stood for generations. Siena sits in this landscape, and the finca here opens the list at $99,500, 85,000 euros. For a main stone house with 352 square meters built, about 3,789 square feet distributed across 2 floors. The exterior is exactly what Asturian rural architecture looks like: stone, substantial, serious, with the kind of visual weight that immediately tells you this was built to last through decades of weather. Ground floor, a spacious kitchen with traditional fireplace, granite countertops and appliances, a living dining room with exposed wooden beams, and various connected rooms that give the layout a sense of flexibility. Spaces that could be adapted depending on how the property is used over time. Upper floor, 4 spacious bedrooms with natural light and mountain views, a complete bathroom, and built-in solid wood wardrobes that reflect the craftsmanship, typical of older rural homes in the region. The complex includes a perfectly preserved traditional Asturian horreo, the elevated stone granary that defines the region's rural identity, plus auxiliary constructions including alpendres and old stables with ample covered space and wooden beam structure, offering immediate utility without requiring new construction. Now, the listing describes the house as functional and the auxiliary buildings as preserved, but doesn't describe the main house as recently renovated. So verify the full condition before committing. That distinction matters here because functional in rural Spain can cover a wide range of realities depending on how recently systems were updated. And the land, more than 30,000 square meters, about 322,917 square feet, roughly 7.4 acres, of cultivable meadows at different levels following the valley topography, creating natural divisions that could be used for grazing, planting, or simply left as open green space. The scale of the land combined with the existing structures gives this property a sense of completeness that is difficult to replicate at this price point. And the best part is, a 352 square meter stone house with a preserved horreo and 7.4 acres of Asturian Valley land for $99,500 is an opening that immediately makes everything else on this list feel like it needs to earn its place. The next one shifts south to Valencia and adds a pool, a barbecue room, and a stream at the edge of the land. $128,700, 110,000 euros. A classic rural house in the nature park of Jalens in the interior of Valencia province, and this one earns its place through the combination of amenities at this price. Jalens is a small municipality in the Cabriel River Valley, a protected natural area where the landscape is limestone gorges, Mediterranean scrub, and extraordinary quiet. It's the kind of place where the pace slows down almost immediately, and where the surrounding environment becomes part of the daily experience rather than just a backdrop. The listing describes a lounge, kitchen, covered terrace, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a garage, a shed, a pool, a barbecue room, and a large water deposit with filter, pump, and level meters, all in a setting the listing calls very idyllic, with the land ending at a stream. That detail, the land physically connecting to a natural water feature adds a layer of atmosphere that's hard to quantify but easy to feel. According to the listing, this is a property with the infrastructure of a functioning rural home, pool working, barbecue room ready, water system equipped, no major renovation flags in the listing description. That matters because at this level of pricing, having multiple amenities already operational reduces the amount of immediate work required to actually use the property. And the best part is, a 4-bedroom rural house with a pool, a barbecue room, and a stream bordering the land in a Valencia nature park for $128,700 is the kind of listing that makes you wonder why more people aren't already living this way. New leader on amenities. But the next one is where the off-grid conversation starts, and it's honest about it. Quick Spain note. The interior Valencia region around Jalance and Jarafuel is one of the most underexplored corners of the country for international buyers. The Cabriel River Valley has been a protected natural park since 1999. The summers are warm but drier than the coast, and the access from Valencia City is under 2 hours. The prices reflect the obscurity, not the quality of the landscape. That gap between visibility and value is exactly what creates opportunities like the ones on this list. $145,100 to €124,000. A country home in Jarafuel, Valencia, next to the river, with 2 hectares of orchards and olive groves. About 49,421 square feet, or roughly 4.9 acres, an irrigation channel running through the property, a small swimming pool, and an eco-friendly fenced perimeter. Stone oven, garage, chicken pen, a shed with mosquito netting, a wood-burning fireplace. The layout of the land, combined with the presence of irrigation, suggests a property that has been actively used rather than simply held, which adds another layer of practicality to the listing. Now, the listing is completely transparent here, and I'll be straight with you in the same way. This property has no solar panels or electricity, and water comes from a cistern for drinking. That's not a small detail. It's a fundamental lifestyle choice, and it's the reason the price is where it is. This is for the buyer who specifically wants off-grid living in a riverside Valencia property with 5 acres of orchards and olive groves. And for that buyer, the listing is honest, and the price makes total sense. According to the listing, the infrastructure that is there, the stone oven, the pool, the cistern, the fencing, is all in place, forming a base that could be expanded depending on how far the next owner wants to go with self-sufficiency. Verify current condition and what electricity connection would cost before committing. And the best part is, a riverside finca with nearly 5 acres of orchards, olive groves, a pool, and a stone oven for $145,100 is genuinely hard to find at any price in accessible Spanish countryside. The next one heads north to Galicia, and the infrastructure picture changes completely. $146,300, €125,000. A traditional farmhouse with farmland and pole in the Lugo province of Galicia. Green, rainy, Celtic-inflected, northwestern Spain, where the stone architecture is some of the most beautiful in the country, and the rural land is among the most affordable. The atmosphere here is different, quieter, more enclosed, shaped by forests and rainfall rather than open, dry terrain. The property has 16,701 square meters of land, about 179,797 square feet, or roughly 4.1 acres, and multiple buildings, 2 joined stone houses, totaling 177 square meters built, about 1,905 square feet. One house is in partially habitable condition and requires renovation according to the listing. That's a clear flag. Budget accordingly. The other preserves its original stone and wood structure and also needs rehabilitation, offering a more complete restoration project for buyers interested in preserving traditional construction. However, the listing also notes all services present: water, electricity, mobile coverage, and a septic tank. That combination shifts the equation significantly because infrastructure is often the limiting factor in rural properties. And the auxiliary buildings are significant. A large 208 square meter barn, about 2,239 square feet, in good condition, currently used as garage and storage, plus 2 granaries with multiple possibilities. And the best part is, the barn alone at 208 square meters in good condition changes the whole calculation. You have covered usable infrastructure on day 1, while you make decisions about the houses at your own pace. 4 acres, All services connected, a functioning barn, and 2 stone houses with restoration potential for $146,300 in Galicia. Listings move fast in this market. The next one adds scale, 584 square meters of built space, in a Galician Horio and stone bread oven in Guntín, $158,000, 135,000 euros. A rustic finca in Guntín, in the interior of Lugo province, Galicia. And this is the one where the architectural character reaches a new level. The property has 584 square meters built, about 6,286 square feet, on an estate of 10,808 square meters, about 116,327 square feet, or roughly 2.7 acres. The main dwelling is traditional construction in stone, wood, and slate, arranged in a square shape around an interior courtyard, creating a sense of enclosure and privacy that is characteristic of older Galician farm complexes. Ground floor, old stables, and a traditional kitchen with a Bilbao wood-burning stove and decorative tiles. Spaces that, according to the listing, require restoration, but offer great possibilities for reconfiguration. First floor, 5 spacious rooms with wooden floorboards, a bathroom, and access to the underroof space, which has exposed wooden beams and dry stone slate walls with potential for additional rooms. The complex includes a perfectly preserved traditional Galician Horio and a stone alpendre housing a traditional stone bread oven, elements that reinforce the historical identity of the property. Now, the listing is honest that the ground floor requires restoration, so this isn't a fully turnkey property. But the scale, the courtyard configuration, the preserved Horio, the stone bread oven, these are features that heritage buyers specifically seek out and rarely find together at this price. And the best part is, 584 square meters of Galician stone farmhouse arranged around a courtyard, with a Horio, a bread oven, and 2.7 acres of gentle land for $158,000 is the kind of listing that defines what a finca can be at its most architecturally serious. We've been in the green north for several properties now. The next one shifts the climate entirely. We're going to the Costa Dorada, and the sea is 6 kilometers away. If you want more finds like this, not subscribe, because the next country on our list has fincas starting even lower, and the land is just as good. Comment below which property so far you'd actually choose. $268,000, 229,000 euros. An authentic, rustic finca in El Perelló, on the Costa Dorada in southern Catalonia, and this is where the list changes gear. 900 meters from the town center, 6 kilometers from some of the finest sandy beaches on the Costa Dorada, La Liga, Lilo, Santa Lucia. The shift here isn't just geographic, it's atmospheric. The dense greens of the north give way to lighter tones, dry earth, and the muted silver of olive trees. The estate is 8,645 square meters, about 93,044 square feet, or roughly 2.1 acres, planted with old olive, almond, and carob trees, surrounded by Mediterranean pine, creating a landscape that feels open but still defined. Inside, a country house of 100 square meters built, about 1,076 square feet, with a living dining room and open-plan kitchen, 3 bedrooms, 1 full bathroom, and storage rooms, aluminium joinery with double glazing, a fireplace, mains water, and electricity supply. The outdoor area is flat, landscape, fully fenced, with a vegetable garden area and a barbecue zone, reinforcing the idea that this property is designed for use rather than renovation. No major renovation flags in the listing. Main services connected, joinery updated, move-in ready as described. And the best part is, a finca on 2.1 acres of Mediterranean land with old olive trees, a fireplace, and 6 kilometers to Costa Dorada beaches for $268,000 is the moment where the word lifestyle stops being abstract and becomes a commute distance. New leader on coastal proximity. But the next two, the last two, are the ones I've been building toward. Don't go anywhere. $314,900 at 269,000 euros. A beautiful finca in La Ametla de Mar, also on the Costa Dorada coastline. And this is where the build quality argument takes over entirely. The estate covers 14,898 square meters of completely flat, fenced land, about 160,376 square feet, or roughly 3.7 acres, planted with almond trees, centuries-old olive trees, and carob trees, bordered by traditional stone walls that reinforce the sense of permanence. The setting is described in the listing as free from noise, roads, trains, and power lines. And it offers sea and mountain views simultaneously, a combination that is increasingly rare at this price point. The construction is 360 square meters, about 3,875 square feet, with 211 square meters usable, about 2,271 square feet, plus a 100 square meter storage building, built with handmade terracotta fired in a wood oven, antique Arabic roof tiles, and ceilings with exposed wooden beams and brick vaulting. These materials aren't just aesthetic. They represent a level of craftsmanship that would be expensive to replicate today. Inside, a large living dining room with fireplace, separate kitchen, 5 double bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms, terraces, a covered porch. Features include aluminum double glazing, mosquito screens, underfloor heating pre-installation, and a state-of-the-art photovoltaic solar system with lithium-ion batteries. No major renovations as described. The listing presents this as a finished, high-quality rural property, and the best part is 3.7 acres of flat Mediterranean land with centuries-old olive trees, sea and mountain views, handmade terracotta construction, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and a solar system with lithium-ion batteries for $314. $900 is the kind of specification that makes buyers who know Spanish finca pricing read the listing twice. 7 fincas, 1 country. Here's the breakdown. Best land volume at the lowest price. Property 1, Asturias, 352 square meters of stone house, and 7.4 acres of valley meadows for $99,500. Best mid-list amenity package. Property 2, Jalent's Nature Park, pool, barbecue room, stream, 4 bedrooms, $128,700. Best off-grid rural setting with river and orchards. Property 3, Jarafuel, 5 acres, irrigation channel, stone oven, $145,100, with electricity connection to verify. Best coastal Mediterranean finca closest to the beach. Property 6, El Perelló, 6 kilometers to Costa Dorada, 2.1 acres, main services, $268,000. Best build quality and solar infrastructure. Property 7, La Ametla, 3.7 acres, handmade terracotta construction, 5 bedrooms, lithium-ion solar, $314,900. Comment below, which finca would you actually buy and what would you do with the land? Subscribe if you want the next country comparison, because what's coming has fincas starting even lower and the climate is just as good. See you there.